Hey Squirrel friends. Why do I have to tip? Why do I have to subject myself to having to pay the salary of an employer's employee? You don't see construction workers or doctors or teachers complaining as to why they don't get tips, so why do servers feel the need to complain about not getting tipped themselves? If I decide that I want to go on this lavish dinner with this amazing bottle of wine and great steak and all that stuff, you should be happy that I give you at least $2. At least you're getting something. All you're doing is bringing me food. This idea that you decide that you need to be tipped is bizarre. And it's not my fault that you're not getting paid well. If you don't like your job, then you should just go and find another one. So what you just heard was a minuscule of the things that I've heard in this past 10 years that I've been a server. The main reason I want to make this video is to be informative. I'm not here to whine, I'm not here to complain. I just feel the need to let you, as a viewer, know how it works when it comes to the service industry. I posted on Instagram and Tumblr this image, and looking through those notes, I noticed that a lot of people just are very close-minded, I guess you could say, when it comes to tipping. Don't get me wrong, I got a lot of positive feedback from it, but there was also a lot of negative stuff. Yes, servers make a wage. It's not always the best wage. There are states that people make like 2 something an hour, 3 something an hour, 4 something an hour. It's usually lower than what minimum wage is in the United States. With that being said, I know that a lot of foreign countries, they get a salary, meaning that they already have a guaranteed paycheck. Here, we're not paid on a salary. When you get foreigners into your section and they do not tip you because they are assuming that you're a salary. Because we as servers get tipped, we usually never get a paycheck. This is what we get as a paycheck a lot of the times, meaning we don't get one. So yes, we do live on tips. So because we don't make minimum wage, the employer is obligated to pay us the minimum wage. However, because this happens, just like anybody else's check, we have to be taxed on that. And then when we actually do receive a check, it ends up being like $20 or $30, which is not a lot. When it comes to tipping and you not tipping, we as servers have to pay for serving you. So I want to give you guys an example. Let's say a guest just comes into your section and racks up a $100 check. In the restaurant that I'm at, I'm not saying that this happens in every restaurant, but it does happen to most. I have to tip out based on sales. Tip out meaning I have to pay a portion of my tips to people who buzz my tables, to people who sip me, people who make drinks at the bar, bartenders, you know. Let's say this guest who racked up a $100 check leaves me $0. That means I just paid $3.25 out of my pocket for you to be in that seat. So you haven't been tipped all night. Obviously this is an extreme and I'm not expecting this to actually happen, although I feel like it could possibly happen. Your sales are now $1,000, meaning that you have to tip out $32.50 for tip out. This is part of the system. This is what you need to do. And if you got no tips that day, you literally are walking with negative $32.50. Yes, the company has to pay you the minimum wage that you made for the day, which would be $70. So you made approximately $40 that 10-hour shift, right? That's obviously without taking tax out. Also, the government expects you to make 10% of your sales at least, and when you're declaring, it won't let you do anything less than 10%. So because you made $1,000 in sales, the government expected you to make $100, meaning you need to declare $100. You didn't make $100, you made $0. You're being taxed on those $100 that you made because that's what oh my god, this is so confusing. You just declared $100 when you made $0. You're being taxed on those $100 that you never made. And now on top of all of that, because we get checks like this, let's say for example, you have insurance with a company or you have to pay for a discount program. Now, on top of all this, because you're not getting a paycheck, you have to pay the company for having the insurance and having this discount program. When people say if you don't like not getting tipped, then you should find another job, does it make it okay for you not to tip? Oh, well, you know, you're right. I don't like that I didn't get tipped. I'm gonna go find another job. You know, because especially now, jobs are so easy to come by. A lot of people who are servers do not want to be servers for the rest of their lives. They are probably struggling actors, actresses, singer, dancers, musicians, artists. They're going to school for law. They just got out of college and they can't find a lawyer job or a teacher job. They depend on a job like a server to go and be able to pay off their student loans and stuff. In January of this year, automatic gratuity for parties of 5 or more, 6 or more, 8 or more has been taken away from servers. Meaning, remember that example I just gave you about the $100? That scenario is more likely to happen now. You get a party of 8, they rack up a $400, $500 check, and they leave you nothing. We're not allowed to say anything. For me as a server, if I do not get tipped, I feel like I did something wrong. You might necessarily say that I didn't do anything wrong, but because you don't show that I didn't do anything wrong by not tipping me, I think I did something wrong. Does that make sense? I take it personally because I want you guys to have a good time. I'm not your slave. I'm not your butler. I'm somebody who's serving you and wanting to give you a good experience. I want you to have a good experience so that you can come back. There are so many restaurants that you can choose to go, and you chose our restaurant. Why not give you a good reason to come back to us? If I'm a bad server and I give you bad service, you're not gonna wanna come to the restaurant anymore. So there goes the future of that restaurant. When you give a $0 tip, what it says to us as servers is that refill, you didn't deserve that refill. Those dirty plates that are on your table, you should have gotten up and thrown all that stuff away yourself. Oh, you need our attention? Sorry, you don't really deserve that attention. That's what $0 means. Unfortunately, we don't know that until the end. Heck, I give 100% service. Obviously, I know that that's a little extreme and you're not gonna give me a $100 tip for a $100 check. Yes, you can argue and say that maybe we should just get paid more. And that's another thing. Restaurants don't want to do this. The reason being, that soda that you just ordered, you want a refill? It's not a free refill. It's not $3 anymore, it's $6. Oh, that burger that you just ordered? Oh, it's not $10 or $15 anymore, it's $20 to $30 now. If the restaurant is gonna pay us more, then that means they have to hike up the price in order to compensate for that. They don't wanna do that. Do you blame them? Would you go to a restaurant where a burger is $30 or a $4 soda is not a free refill and it's in a glass like this small? No, you wouldn't do that. So in order to avoid that, what restaurants do is just pay us less and expect you to tip us. Assuming that you like our service, you're gonna give us money. That way that they don't have to worry about paying us more. If a server is giving you really bad service, then mention it to them. Tell them what they did wrong. That way they can learn from that. They can grow from that. You're not the only table that this person is serving. The server needs to work extra hard to make sure that you're happy, and so is this person happy, and this person, and this person, and this person. On top of having to make people happy, you have to do your side work. You have to run food. You have to make sure things are stocked. All this so that a shift can run smoothly. If something goes wrong in the kitchen, let's say, you're not gonna know that. You're gonna blame the server. You shouldn't blame the server. The server had nothing to do with your food. I don't know. There's just so many examples of different things that we have to deal with. Maybe I should just create like a segment or something on my channel and show you guys little things that we have to deal with. Okay, I've been talking way too much. I hope I have enough useful information. If there's anything that I might have missed, please let me know. If you were a server or have been a guest in a restaurant and had different stories about a server, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to read them. You should also follow on Instagram both bad tips and server life. If you're a server, you will understand everything. If you're somebody who just goes to eat in restaurants, you might not understand everything that's going on, but then you'll see what we have to deal with. I hope you guys are doing well. I will see you guys next Tuesday with a new video, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Share this video if you are a server. Tip your servers 20%. Toodles. So the next time you don't tip, just remember, we don't get checks.